the list of events. Okay. So now for some of the events like PF status, user command and top of page, there is a importing parameter defined. Okay. So for these three starters, let's say we want to write our code for this event, we can directly pass the subroutine name. Okay. So here, the line number 40, I call back top of page. What is callback, guys? What is the meaning of callback?
Again, call that page.
Okay. So here we are inside this and we are calling this function module, but there is some point, those point are the events. For those events, this function module has to call subroutine from this program. So it's a callback. Okay. So I call back top of page. Okay. So I have passed top of page. So what I am passing here, guys? Any clue? What is this top of page and what is this Gaurav user command? What I am passing here?
Internal table.
Internal table? No. Gaurav underscore user underscore command is not an internal table. Top underscore off underscore page is not an internal table. We discussed here what we have to pass as part of event.
Subroutine.
Name of the subroutine. So what is top underscore off underscore page and what is Gaurav user command? What are those that mean?
Subroutine.
Subroutine. Yes. If I go here, Gaurav user command and top of page. So what are these two guys? This is subroutine. Okay. Okay. So let me run the program again. Okay, I'm calling the function module F8. Now I have a breakpoint inside top of page. So who is calling this subroutine, guys? Who is calling this subroutine? Did I call the subroutine using perform anywhere in my program?
No, sir.
No. Who is calling them?
In export.
Who is calling this subroutine?
I call back.
I callback we have passed. Okay. So who is calling this function module? Right? So this ALV is calling this top of page. Is it clear, guys? I am not calling this. I am not calling this. ALV is calling. Okay. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So who is clear now? When it is getting called? Top of page. When? When it is getting called. So when top of page event is triggered, at that time it is getting called. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
F8. Now I'll double click here. I double click. Now which subroutine is getting called, guys?
Gaurav user command.
Sir command.
Who is calling?
Sir, that SAP function module.
ALV is calling.
ALV.
When it called? When this subroutine is called?
When we triggered that function.
Whenever there is a user interaction,
Okay.
then it is getting called. Okay. Now here there is two parameter. This is one and this is two. Okay. So if I check this, the value of UCOM is @IC1. What is @IC? Not ampersand IC1, guys. What
Function call
is
for double click.
function code for double click? So I know inside my subroutine that there is a double click on the ALV. And if I see this FPS cell field, this has the row detail where the double click happened, row or column. So you can see the value. This is the column where it double click happened. This is the row index, all these details. So who is passing these values, guys? Who is passing these values, or from where it is getting passed?
So from customer.
No. So where we told the ALV that whenever user command event is occurred, please call Gaurav user command subroutine. So whenever I'm doing an interaction here, such as double click, this ALV is calling this subroutine and it is passing me the information to the program. Otherwise, how would I know which row, which column, what value got clicked? Because this UI, whatever you are seeing here, is not defined inside my program. So I don't have any knowledge what's happening because this ALV this UI been defined in reuse ALV grid display. So if I double click, where I double click, that information is available in reuse ALV grid display. I don't know, right? So, but I need to know those things, right? So that's the reason the subroutine is getting passed. Okay, in the subroutine it is getting passed. Okay, so what does it mean? This means that every subroutine. Okay, here I can write to handle the event ALV events. The subroutine name should be passed along with the event name. When the event is triggered, the subroutine will be called. Okay. The signature of the subroutine is fixed. Okay, is fixed. The signature of the subroutine is fixed. Okay, so when I define a subroutine for user command, that subroutine will have these two parameters always. Okay, I cannot randomly go here and add a parameter. No, if I okay, I'm here, no problem. Okay, so let me go here, add another parameter FPV or type C. Can I do that? Can I add a parameter of my own? Can I add another parameter here by myself? Can I, guys? Can I add this here? I double click. I'm getting a dump. I'm getting a dump. What is the error, guys?
Missing.
Missing parameter in perform. Here is saying a perform was used to call the routine corrupt underscore user command of program this. This call contains two current parameters. Routine expect three parameters, which means if I want to define a subroutine which should be called for user command, then that signature of the subroutine should match. The signature of the subroutine should match with the expected subroutine. Okay. So here the expected subroutine, the expected thing is it's expecting two parameters, right? It's expecting two parameters. So the same thing I have to define here. Okay. So that is a challenging part here that you should have. So you should have the knowledge how many parameters are required and what will be the type. For example, how do you know? So let's say I make this type as this and I make this type as this. Will it work? Let us check. Okay, anyhow, let us comment this code. We are not testing the code, we are testing the signature or the parameters. Okay. Let me go here, execute. Double click, dump. What is coming, right? Guys, what is the error?
Type conflict.
Type conflict. That means the first parameter type and the second parameter type here is not matching. Okay. So that you have to specify the number of parameter and you have to rightly specify the type of the parameters. Okay. So finding these two things is bit challenge. Okay, you can memorize it that whenever I'm using a user command should have two parameters, and the first type will be SciUcom and second one is list cell field. Similarly, if I'm using top of page, there should not be any parameter. So this you have to memorize. That's the option 1. What's the option 2? You can search in Google. For option 3, you have to dig little bit deeper on this dump. So if you click on here, debugger, on the dump screen, debugger will start. So here you can see that there is a callback core of user command and it's using the clause using, and there is two parameters. So this will give you a glimpse that the subroutine that you're going to define in your program should have two parameters in using. So one question got answered. Okay, how many parameters that got answered? Okay. Second thing is, what will be the type? Okay, so are you able to see this, guys? This icon,
Yes, sir.
program. You click it here, it will open the source code. Okay, so now this is the place where the subroutine is getting called. So here is the first data object or variable. You double click it. What is the type, guys? SciUcom. So you can go here, you can maintain any name is fine, but type should be SciUcom. Now I click F3 back, then I click on here. What is the type, guys? List self-field. List self-field here. Okay. So how many events we have covered till now, guys? So top of page, another is user command. Okay, user command. So we handle user interacts. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Guys, is it clear what is event in ALV? How to handle what is top of page, what is user command? Is it clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there is another event that I wanted to showcase to you in the last class. Okay. So that subroutine is sub text. subtotal text. Okay. So now, when this subtotal text will be called, when subtotal row is displayed, it will be called. It can be used to set the text for subtotal. It is used to set custom text for subtotal. Okay, so now here, this is the subtotal line. In this line, this event subtotal text can be used to display the text as some anything. Here the text is 454 times 0500. What is this value? The value of this purchase order by which the sorting has happened. This subtotal is for this, so this value is coming. Now this subtotal is for this 4, so this value is coming. So this is the default functionality. If you are okay with that, if user is okay, and 99% of time, everyone should be okay with this functionality. Okay, there is 1% of chance where user may ask you that I don't want this text. Instead of this value, I want some customized text, something like subtotal of purchase order, this, something like this. Okay. If that is the case, then we can utilize the event subtotal text. Is it clear, guys? What is
Yes, sir.
subtotal text event?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I'll come to the problem statement that we had in the last class. Okay, before that, so there is, we discussed the option one. Option one is there is a parameter in the function module already available for the event. There we can directly pass the name of the subroutine. And when that event will occur, that SAP ALV will automatically call this subroutine. This is the option one. But this parameter is not available for all the events. It's only available for 3 events. That is the top of page, PF status, and user command. But there is almost 18 events. Okay. So subtotal text, there is no parameter available. Then how do we pass the name of the subroutine? Okay, so that's the reason. Here, let me comment this. Is also comment and append ls event to lt fp event. Okay, so now there is an internal table. Okay, that internal table has 2 fields. So first one is the name. So nothing but this is the name of the subroutine, and another is the form. This is nothing but the name of the subroutine. So this is the name of the event. This is the name of the subroutine. So these 2 things I have added to this internal table. So this is commented. Okay, guys. So now I create an internal table. In the internal table, I'm telling that for this event, call this subroutine. That is the first thing I have done. Second thing is I define the subroutine with this name with the appropriate parameters. Okay, so there should be two parameters. There should be two parameters. So how to find that? I told you, you can memorize it, you can search in Google, or you can go little depth understanding the dump. Okay, so now there is a breakpoint here. Okay, Gaurav subtotal. I'll go here. Create, execute. Execute. So debugger is starting, is calling the ALV. Now my top-up page subroutine is called. When I press F8, the output is displayed. Output is displayed. So my subroutine cover up subtotal didn't get called by the system. Even if I have set the internal table and that internal table is being passed to IT event. That means I'm passing the information of the event name, that is subtotal text, and I'm passing the subroutine name. But still, system is not calling my subroutine. So that's the problem statement of last class. Is it clear to all?
Yes.
Okay, so if my
Yes.
subroutine will not be called, then where do I write the code? Even if I write the code, that will not be called. Okay, so the problem here is the subroutine is not getting called by the system. Okay, that's the problem statement where we are stuck in the last class. Is this problem statement is clear to all? Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Everyone? Is it
Yes,
clear
sir.
to everyone? Okay. The reason being, this routine will only be called if the column, I column, if the column for which subtotal is requested, this subroutine will be called, only be called if the column for which the subtotal criteria is set is hidden. Okay, so this routine will only be called for the column or if the column, okay, let me, if the routine will be called is set is hidden. Okay, everything is fine, set is hidden. Okay, so in our case, we are displaying the subtotal based on PO number. Okay, so if we want the nature of subtotal text event is this routine only be called if the column for which subtotal criteria is set is hidden. Okay, so now in our case, the subtotal is being displayed by purchase order, but this is not hidden. This is not hidden. So that's the reason the subtotal text is not getting called. Okay, so first of all, let make this column as hidden. Okay, we have to make this column as hidden. So how to do that, guys? How to make a field hidden? Guys, how to make a field hidden in ALV? We already discussed twice in previous class. How do I hide this field in the ALV? Guys, I have to use field catalog. In the field catalog, what I have to do, guys? For PO, if the name of the field is PO, then no out equal to ABAP true. So for any of the column, if you set no out in the field catalog, it will hide the field. Okay, so let me go back. Let me comment the breakpoint, otherwise we may have some issues because it will stop at every point. Okay, so now let us verify if our column is hidden or not. Now the column is hidden. Okay, now the column is hidden. So guys, how did I hide the field PO number? Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I have done no out as X. Okay, now I'll turn on this. So now the field is hidden and the subtotal text is coming as purchase order, purchasing document, and the number is coming like that. Still, it seems fine, but if you still want to change it, so let us see how we can do that. So now I have enabled the breakpoint, which means it will stop. It will stop at the breakpoint. So now Gaurav subtotal is getting called. So here we have a total. In the total, we have the PO number and we have the quantity, we have the net price. So 459, 459. Okay. And in the second parameter, this is the text. It has the keyword, purchasing document, and display text. Is this okay? So now if getting called, now it is getting called for 5001, 5002, 5003, 5004. For all the subtotal, it is getting called. Okay, 459. 459. This was the value that we had in the subroutine. So the value we're getting is the subtotal value. Okay. Now, if this text I want to change, let's say I will do P subtotal text, then display text for subtotal, I can write is hello. Okay, so what will happen? Okay, now I have this hello Gaurav for all the subtotal. Okay, let's say let makes it more meaningful. I can write subtotal value of uh, right area. Okay, so I made a more meaningful value. Let us see. So subtotal value of PO value is not coming. So let me see which one. Keyword probably. Keyword. I think so. Keyword. Here's the PO value. Let us see. Otherwise, we'll debug and find out. No, keyword is not the right value. So let us put a breakpoint here, which will trigger. We can debug and find out the right field. Yeah. Now the Gaurav subtotal is getting called here. If I go here, text. So there is the PO number is not there. So PO number is here, the P total. Okay. So here, that's fine. So I have to use P total. Okay. So now, what is the type of P total, guys? Any. Okay. So if I say that, let me debug it again and show it to you. If I go here, subtotal. Oh, okay, I remove the breakpoint. Let me set the breakpoint again. If I go to here, P total and PO. PO has the value P total slash PO. Okay. So now if I go here and I write this, I activate, I'm getting an error. Okay. The data object P total does not have a structure, therefore does not have a component PO. That is because the form parameter has the type as any. The type has any. Okay. So protein parameter type any. It can capture the values of any type. Okay. Any. Okay. So that means, let's say, this is my program, and here I'm perform add number using LV num1 and LV num2. Okay, so this is I'm passing. Okay, now inside the subroutine, let's say this is my subroutine, And here I have LV num1 type is I and LV num2 type is I. Then the LV num1 that I'm passing from here has to match the type of LV num1. That means the type of LV num1 inside the program should match the type of the parameter definition. So which one is parameter definition? This is the parameter definition, right? So in our case, LV name1 type I should be here. Okay, let me for add number using FB name type and FV type this and okay. Okay, so now the type of LV num1 should match the type of FV num1 and type of LV num2 should match the type of LV num2. Otherwise, what will happen? We'll get a error type conflict. Is this thing clear?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say here data LV num1 type I LV num type I. So if I define LV num2 as type C, it will give me an error. It will give me an error. What is the reason, guys? Why this thing will give me an error?
Filed the integer type, but we try to convert in a char type.
Character type. That's the reason. Okay. In some cases, let's say we want to receive any type of value. In the subroutine, we can write add number using fv num1 type any. We can write and type any and here fv num2 type any and for then num1 type not restricted to I. It can be I, it can be C or anything I can pass. So any is a generic data type. Okay. But you cannot define LV num3 type any. You cannot define it. It will give you error. Any type any can only be used in the subroutine signature or subroutine parameters. And this type
Sir,
in yes
can we use any in a workspace, sir?
in work area.
Yes, sir. Like when
No,
we create a no.
no. Any
Okay.
data type cannot have the type any. It is only allowed in the subroutine signature or function module parameters. Okay, so that will enable us to pass anything from here to here, here to here. Okay, so same syntax being used here, type any. Okay, now we are writing p dash PO or P hyphen PO. What is the type, guys, of P total? Is any. Okay. So this subroutine unable to understand what is PO. Because type is any. Whether it has PO or not, it has no clue. Okay, so here what we have to do, we have to give this our line type. So TY PO final. This is the line type of our internal type. Okay. Then it will not done. Okay. So now let's here execute. Subtotal is now getting called. And here if we go to P total, now it has the value. And we're able to refer to the PO field or P total because we are telling that the type of P total should be any, not any. It should be the line type and it will be called. Now if I execute, now I'm able to see subtotal value of this. Now this text is something customized, right? I have derived inside the subroutine, subtotal. Okay. So is it clear, guys? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But still, let's say I still want a custom subtotal line, but I want this PO value to be present here. So what I have to do? I need this custom line here, but still I need this value to be added in the column. So what will happen if I add the column PO number? It will not call my subtotal text subroutine because the nature of the event is if that column is present, subroutine will not be called. If it is hidden, then only it will be called. Okay, but I want this value to be custom, but I want this PO line also in the column. So how to do that? Okay, so there is a workaround solution. I have to go to the data declaration. Here I can write PO copy type EKKO EBELN. Okay. Now I'll go here. I have to go to the data declaration here. Okay. Here I have to define a field symbol. We discussed already what is field symbol. I think nobody has practiced it. That's good. So, actually, what is physicality? Hey, picture. Okay. Final assigning FS EKKO, and here I can do FS EKKO PO copy equal to FS EKKO PO. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm just copying the value of the PO. Okay, and next thing is I have to go to the field catalog, and here LTPO copy is not there. So what I have to do, and let's CapCut field name is pivot copy ls fcat cell text s is pivot and ls fcat cell text m is equal to purchasing document ls fcat cell text l is purchasing document append ls fcat to lt fcat. Okay, clear. Let's activate. What is there? ls fcat is not defined. Okay, no problem. We'll define it here. No, it's there. ls fcat. Okay. Oh, sorry. Here, LTF cat is not LTF cat. FP TF cat. I don't know. Okay, done. So now I'll come here. So here I have a purchasing document now, and I have a custom subtotal. So this is a workaround solution. Is it clear to all? Is it clear to all?
Yes.
Everyone, is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I
Yes,
go
sir.
here, okay, excellent. So if I go here, the sorting is done by PO field, and the subtotal is above true. And in the field catalog, the PO field is hidden. That's the reason the subtotal text is triggering for the PO field. I'm setting the subtotal, and I need to display the PO document also. So I made a copy of the column. I copied the value from the PO field, PO column to PO copy, and I displayed it. Okay, guys, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
guys, do a lot of practice. Okay, this area really matters for you. Okay, and if you don't do practice, again, it will be difficult to understand even more advanced concept. After some classes, we'll go more advanced on the ALV, where we'll be working with editable columns or all those things. So if you don't practice, then you will not able to do that. Okay, fine. So guys, tomorrow